collector. Today we'll be talking about Transformers Legacy United 4-pack, including Cliffjumper, Tarantulas, Squeezeplay, and Tarn. Yes, this one has been around for a while, but now they are starting to show up on the clearance. And if you're lucky enough to find them, this is a great way to have some G1, some Transformer animated, some IDW, and Beast Wars figures. Now on the top, we see that we have poor little Cliffjumper, against Tarantula, Squeezeplay, and Tarn. That is a matchup for the ages. So on the back, we get the actual robot and alt modes for each one of them. On the bottom, we get the UPC code. So let's get them out of the box.
Hey, open, damn it, open!
Okay, once you get them out of the box, old Cliffjumper here comes with these accessories. Tarantulas comes with these accessories. Squeezeplay comes with these. And the big boy Tarn here comes with his dual cannon right here. So yeah, being a fanboy of Megatron, he's got that dual cannon here like he had in the comics, which made him a fan favorite. And a very nice articulation for this guy. He does a nice T-pose, arms that rotate around. Now he has a single bend here in the elbows, but it is on a pin, and it does rotate around. His hands do rotate themselves, and you'll notice he has a little hole here for the peg. And his head can go up, down, right, and left. And no, you're not mistaken. That is a Decepticon symbol, as made famous in the book. Now his waist rotates around. Legs do a nice split, forward and back. A bend here at the knee, but it is a single bend, but he does have a connection piece in here, so he does act like a second bend. It's very nice. Now his leg here rotates around like that, and you get the forward and back as part of his transformation. Now this guy is taller than the rest, coming in at 6.5 inches tall, but as you can expect, he is a Decepticon, a vehicle. He should be taller than an animal. And speaking of, Squeezeplay here is an actual headmaster. Very, very nice. Just like the G1 version, he has a headmaster, and here he is. Now the head, where his legs come off, his head rotates around. His arms are on little ball joints, so you get a little bit of outward movement on them, forward. Do that. His legs do rotate forward. His knees do rotate around, but they only go so far because they are designed more to go like that. Now he does have a peg here for the stands, and you'll notice this one doesn't have any holes or anything like that for him to stand on in robot mode. But once we put this in here, and we'll just take this up, you'll see we have the chest piece, and we have the quote-unquote tech specs that the G1 version has. It just simply goes right back in that hole, and you'll see just clips in there like that. Now his head can go around and up and down just a little bit. Arms do a nice T-pose, and they actually go all the way up. Now they rotate around. He has a bicep swivel, a double bend in the elbows, part of the transformation. This arm, or the hand, does go down. It doesn't rotate around though. Now his waist rotates. He's got a very nice split. Thigh rotation, single bend in the knee. The ankle moves out. He has these pegs here that act as his foot, and they go out, down as well. Now this guy is, like I say, smaller than Tarn. He is coming in a little over 5 1/4. This guy is a little bit, like I said, smaller than Tarn, but hey, it's to be expected. Even though the The Squeezeplay was smaller than the original G1 Headmasters. He was okay tall, still taller than some of the Autobots. Now here we have Tarantulas. Now these are different colors than his version from the Beast Wars, and you'll notice this the orange and green. And he's got the gold here on the back. Now his head can rotate around, up and down, no problem. Spins, nice T-pose. He has a bicep swivel as part of the transformation. The arm rotates around, and he can hold a weapon that he has. Now his waist here rotates. Very nice split. Thigh rotation. Single or double bend in the knee. Ankles that rotate around like this and go forward and back. So lots of good movements for this guy. And he is coming in at just at 5 inches tall. So like I say, a little bit smaller than Squeezeplay. Now, here we have the one Autobot. And you'll think, oh, well, why isn't he as tall as that? Autobots aren't as big as Decepticons. But a very nice rendition of the Transformer animated Cliffjumper. Even though he doesn't have the top parts here, he does have his Cliffjumper face from the animated, and that head that goes up and down just a little bit, right and left, no problems. Okay, T-pose, spins around here, but you got to watch it because of the back here can get caught. He has a spin here right at the elbow, and it's a single bend. The hands go out, but do not go up and down. Spins at the waist. Very nice split. A lower thigh rotation, single bend in the knee. Ankles that rotate around a little bit, like there. Has this heel that goes forward and back, but that is it. Now, Cliffjumper is 5 inches tall as well. So, yes, he is a little bit smaller than Squeezeplay and Tarn, but around the same as Tarantulas. Now, as we start looking at these figures, we notice that Cliffjumper's gun here, you see, has the parts where you can put this and give him that kind of weapon, and he gets these blasters that go on the side. And I'm not too keen on this. They should have just given him a weapon instead of these weird whole weapons. It just doesn't seem right that he didn't have the weapon that he had in Transformers Animated. But this weapon here can fit in the hands. You do have to put them out a little bit, but it looks very weird having a clamp as a weapon. You know, it's one of those things, right? One of those. Now to get the transformation started, we'll actually start with Cliffjumper here. As you can see, we have the legs here, and the arms, the head. So what we'll do is go ahead and take this head here and pop it off, or the chest, and then we'll turn the head around, and we will pull this section out to pull this part over, and once we get here, we'll just flip this down and connect those pieces. Now we have this part here, which basically goes under, and then we have this that goes down, and then we connect this part to here. There's a little hole and a peg, pegs and holes, and there we have the door. And once we get this section over here the same way, we'll see we just take the hole, put it in the peg, pegs and holes, and then we'll take the bottom section here, or the back section, and push it down till it clicks into place, and we'll have the back of the car. So we'll just take this section here, clip there, make sure it's there, and then take this section and push it down and clip it in. We'll then take these legs and rotate them up by pulling these out first. Then taking these sections and rolling them around. We're going to take the legs and fold them in. We have a hole here, the peg. Same thing, take the back of the foot, slide it in there. Then what we'll do is we'll take it and then rotate it and push that section down, and we'll have a peg, which will go right there, and there's the hole for it. So just simply line it up. We'll have a hole here, the peg there, and all you'll simply do is just line these up like so, and then you can move this section in and clip it into place. Same thing with the other side. Pull this section out. Section here goes down and in like so. Leg part goes there, the foot, and then we'll rotate around. Push in and you'll see right there, lines up. And we have this piece here that just simply lines up. And once you get every piece all nice and set, it just folds in each other. Pegs fit into the holes, and Cliffjumper then can attach to the top part, and then we will get all these little pieces set up, and there we have Cliffjumper. Yes, it's a red car, and yes, there are two different color reds on here. It's one of those things, and these wheels are plastic, but they roll, and you'll see here we have this section, and we can take these parts that we have for Cliffjumper and add them on like so. You just put them on, and whichever way you want. That is up to you. You don't have to if you don't want to, but I don't like losing these parts. So there we go for Cliffjumper. Now here we have Tarantulas. We'll take these legs here, fold them out like so. Then we'll take this section back here, pop this off, and push it down as we take this head section out. And there we go. We're going to rotate this around, bringing this arm up, and then we'll just take this and just push it there, but we're not connecting it yet. Take this part, fold it over the head, and there we have that section. Now you can wait to do the arms, but I'm going to go ahead and then get them all the way up here like so. We'll take these legs and we will fold them in like so, pushing the feet like this. We have a peg that goes into the hole, and once you get that all set, it'll fit in nicely. Same thing other side, like so. And then we'll push these sections up, and then we'll bring this section down to where it's covering up those sections, and then it will fit nicely into there. Now we can take the arms, and we have these pegs here that will go into a slot right here in the arms, right there. So you'll just line them up, push it in, and then just take these and then just line them up as well to cover up the gaps, like so. And then we can take the legs and push them out. We can then take this arm here and just make sure it's like that. So same thing other side, just line everything up and push it in. Just notice that that's the hole. Goes just like that, lines up with the rest, and we take the spider legs and push them out. And there we have a tarantula spider. Now his parts here can fit on the bottom, and you can push them into sections and things like that if you want. If you don't want, you don't have to. Like I say, it's up to you. Your money. Now Squeezeplay, we just take the head, pull it off. Take these arms, take the hands, and rotate them around and down. Now, the funny thing is the instructions have the arms coming down, and then you'll have the legs right here. The arms are on backwards. There's no other way to say it. They suck. So we'll take them and then push it like so. Take this, rotate it around, pull these down, rotate these over, and then we'll take this head part and pull it up. And you'll see here we have this little section here that will go into there. So just line them up. And once you get them aligned up, it will just clip into place. We'll then take the head and push it in here like so. And we'll just fold that up. Now, remember when I was saying the legs are backwards? Well, looky right here. Yes, they're backwards. So you'll get this look like this. It should be like this. So you can pull off the arms if you want. No one's gonna judge you because, hey, they messed it up. So we take these arms over here and are the legs, which become the arms, and then we can take them like that. Now, yeah, they can go up and down like so. But yeah, this is just one of those things. It just noises me. It really annoys me because jeez, you know, it just looks bad. But there we go. Now for Tarn itself, he is actually the hardest part. And yeah, I forgot to put this section on. Now, this is a chest piece that's supposed to go on, and the original toy had it to where you could clip it on and do it like so. But, you know, you have this gun that can go here, and this piece that clips on. You can do it in the arms here themselves. You can push this part, and it will keep that there. I would love for it to fit somewhere on the back or something like that, but just doesn't. Another reason that I'm disappointed with Squeezeplay. But we're going to Tarn. Now we'll just simply do it. And one thing I forgot to say is these hands, they do come out a little bit, so they do get more grasp. So we'll flip over these hands while we're here. We'll take this chest piece, pull it on down like so. We'll take this back piece and pull it off. We'll take the head and just rotate it around and down. You can see it goes right there. We'll then pull these sections out, and we are going to rotate them down, and we're going to move this part down out of the way while we do this to flip it over. And yeah, you'll see that you might get a little tight on there. Yeah, it's designed to if it just in case it doesn't break. But to me, that is just wrong. So anyway, you have this section here, and you pull out as much as you can, and then you'll rotate it around like so, and it will stop in place. You can reattach this if it comes out. If it doesn't, then you've done a better job than I just did. Now, we take this section here, and you'll notice it has a peg right there that will fit like so. We'll then just rotate this down. We'll push that peg into his back section, and then we'll just push these forward, and that section just stays there like that. Now, the legs themselves, just take this, fold it over, and then you're going to attach them together. There's a little peg there, and we got a little slot in the back. So we'll take that and then just go like so. Now we'll take these arms, and we're going to have these sections here that pull out like so, and these sections rotate around. Now we're going to take this section here, and there is a little spot on the arm right there that will connect to right there. So you'll take this section and push it down, and you will align them up like so. Like, you'll just take this and then just rotate it there, pull this and rotate it around and line it up to push there. Then you'll take this section and, having that part up, just rotate it in and it will connect, and you just push that down. This piece will stay like this. So once again, you take this part, take this, fold it down, that goes around, pushed in to this section here, that goes up, this goes down, around, pushed in, clipped, and there we go. Now for these leg pieces, if they come undone, it's fine. You're going to be pushing them up together. So you have a rocker here. You'll just take this rocker and go like that. And if anything comes undone, you just reattach it like it never happened. And then you'll take these legs and push them up like so. And there we have Tarn. And then we'll take his cannon and add it right there. So now he has his cannon and these cannons that go right there. So all nice and dangerous, right? Tarn's a danger. Very cool. So here are the alt modes. Like I say, I was very interested in getting Squeezeplay, but once I got them, I see that these legs look better on the other side, because even in the instructions, it has them like this. And there's no way to rotate this body. So there's no way to rotate that. So it needs to look more like this. However, it doesn't. It sucks, but it's all right. We'll get over it, won't we? Because I'll probably have him in robot mode anyway. Because to be honest, his crab mode always was his weaker mode. Now, Tarantulas, either mode is working for me. Cliffjumper here, either mode is working. I will have him in robot mode because that's the way it works. And Tarn, he'll be in his robot mode too. So once we get them all set, and so once you get them back into robot mode, there you go. So remember, as always, to like, subscribe, and